Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy George. We are back. We are back with another video on my channel on this Wednesday. One love to all of you guys. Hope you guys are doing well and taking care of yourselves. So, today's video, we're going to be talking about insecurities and why it's important to free yourself from your deepest fears, why it's important to get rid of this self-doubt mindset, because it can stop us from living. It can stop us from seeing life for how it is, because sometimes, especially when your mind's controlled by fear, it's very easy for you to look at everything from a closed and negative perspective. And how can you get positive outcomes and positive results in your life if you're thinking negative, creating negative scenarios? And the thing is, sometimes our mind creates a false picture. So some things are not as scary as they seem to be, guys. Some things are not as bad as it seems, especially when you unlock the present, especially when you're mindful and you understand these thoughts and don't let the thoughts dictate you. You dictate your mind, you control your mind, you're aware of your thoughts, so you don't let your thoughts dictate you. Once you're in that position where you're the awareness and not your thoughts, this is where it'll become way easier to control your thoughts and your insecurities and deepest fears. But instead, a lot of people, including myself at times, you get me, we all have insecurities, we all have our fears and stuff like that. But when it gets out of control, this is where it becomes a problem, because sometimes we believe what the mind tells us, especially when the mind is telling you you're a failure, you can't jump into another relationship, you're not worthy of making friends, you're not worthy of achieving this goal in life. And this mindset, yeah, this perspective, I call it better be safe than sorry mindset. And this for me stops us from taking risks and opportunities in life. And that's the easy way of stopping you from really exploring life and really discovering what life has to offer to you. And for me, how do you know what's in the treasure if you don't open it? A lot of people are in the present, so you can see them face to face, but they haven't opened the gift yet. They're just looking at the present, observing it, you know what I mean? Shaking it to see what's inside of it, but they ain't opened it yet. So if you really want to achieve your dream or achieve your goals, you have to take a risk, man. And don't be frightened, because at the end of the day, guys, holding on to this perfect mentality or everything's meant to be right and I can't make mistakes. Once again, that's a better be safe than sorry mindset. You know what I mean? I don't like that mindset personally. Be willing to not, it's not even called mistakes. I don't even call them mistakes. It's trial and error. You have to make trial and error. And with trial and error comes with growth, and you'll learn a lot about yourself. But society won't tell you that. Society will tell you if you make mistakes, you're a failure and this and that. And that's why I had to separate myself from certain people that have this mindset. So I'm not influenced by people that are negative. That's why you got to get rid of negative people around you. If you want to achieve positivity, if you want to do positive things in your life, then you have to get rid of these people that are holding you back, you know? And sometimes it can be your closest friend that you might have to let go. Sometimes it might have to be certain family members you have to love from a distance. But if they're holding you back, then you'll always be at that level. If you want to push yourself and move up the rankings in life, then you need to find the people that are going to push you forward. And it can be scary at times, because the people that you thought were going to be there for you for the rest of your life might not even be there once you start doing good for yourself. People hate it sometimes when you transform from negativity into positivity. And that comes from a lack of self love within that person. They've got their own problems that they have to deal with. You get me? But the people that hee hee and haha with you when times are good, they're smiling in your face when rainbows and sunshine is out. But behind closed doors, they're just waiting for your downfall. Not everyone, but most people. That's just how the world is. A lot of people are not healed out here, but they project all their insecurities onto you. They project all their problems onto other people, and that's not how you deal with certain situations. And yeah, man, that's the world that we live in. And why am I saying all this? Because next video, I'm going to be talking about how to deal with insecurities that come from people. So how you develop insecurities from other people. So I'm going to be breaking that down next video. But honestly, guys, when it comes to fear, yeah, it's emotionally draining. Stops you from living life, stops you from seeing life in totality. And especially when you're heavily controlled by insecurities, it's like wearing a mask. Now, how I mean by that is, you wear this mask to the public, right? Not actually a mask. We're talking metaphorically, yeah. But you use this mask as a security. Yeah. So people view you as a secure person. So you might use money, you might use clothes, materialism, you might use even partnerships when it comes to people. A lot of people jump into relationships to feel company. But why do you want to feel company? A lot of people jump into relationships because they don't want to be alone. So they find somebody and run into a relationship to be with somebody so they don't have to deal with their thoughts, so they don't have to deal with their emotions. Someone else can cater to their needs. You know what I mean? So that's where you get needy people. For me, that's what insecurity is, right? So basically doing something indirectly, you're showing the world that yes, my mask is beautiful, I'm great. But when you take off that mask, you know your situation, you know your problems, you know that they ain't sorted out yet. And the only one to sort out your insecurities and fears is you. You know what I mean? But once again, if you wear this mask, how long can you hide for? If you wear this mask, how long can you run for? Because at the end of the day, running and hiding, you're giving the thought, you're giving the fear, and you're giving the mind and insecurity more power. And the only way to deal with this insecurity, right, is to face it and to look at it. We're not trying to fight it. We're not trying to manipulate it. We're not trying to judge it. We're trying to understand it. We're trying to understand the root cause of your insecurity so we can deal with it, so we can find solutions. We're trying to understand the root. But you can't do that if you're fighting. You can't do that if you're running. And you can't do that if you're hiding from it. You have to face it. And sometimes when it came to me doing YouTube, guys, it took me a very long time to do YouTube and do it effectively and fluently because I was scared of how I might be perceived by you guys, and I was scared of being laughed at. But then I had to go beyond my thoughts, and I really had to affirm to myself who I really am and remind myself of all my accomplishments that I have made, the things that I have done good for people, the things that I have done good for myself. I had to remind myself and bypass the negativity of what my mind is trying to tell me to be in a positive state so I can do YouTube. I couldn't do YouTube if I was thinking about the times that I failed, the times that I made mistakes, which is not really mistakes, but you get what I'm trying to say. I had to affirm my value. I had to use affirmations, positive self-talk. You know, that's how you really boost up your self-esteem. I'm going to break that down in my next video. But once I allowed myself to challenge my thoughts and not let my thoughts dictate and do the very thing that I'm scared of, I was scared of doing YouTube, but I was like, you know what? I don't care what people think about me. You know what I mean? This is what I call a risk and reward mentality. If you don't buy the ticket, then you don't win the raffle. You get me? So that safe, rather be safe than sorry mentality was gone once I affirmed my value and I understood my capabilities and attributes. Now it's all about working with them now. It's all about doing the very thing that I'm scared of. And let me tell you something, yeah, once I allowed myself to just do it, yeah, just act and stop procrastinating, I felt it was way more easier just to talk, way more easier to express because I'm not holding anything back. I'm not holding on to a negative belief system. I'm just allowing myself to do whatever I got to do. If I stutter, I stutter. I don't really care. Do you know what I mean? As long as I get the message out, as long as I make my video, then that's the only thing I can really do. As long as I try my best, innit? But once again, I don't really try. I just do, innit? But yeah, man, it took me time, man. It took me time to just get over that insecurity, you know, of me being a failure. I had to bypass that and I really had to stand in my own essence, believe in myself. And so should you guys, man. You're all special. You're all great. You all have a skill set that you must use and utilize in this lifetime. And once you do utilize whatever you have at your disposal, it will serve the people greatly. And once you help others with your skills, you inspire other people to use their skills. It's like a knock-on effect. You get me? So we all have to serve each other. We all have to help one another out, man. You know what I mean? But keep proceeding. Yeah, keep doing what you love to do because whatever you put in is what you receive. So the only thing you can do is put in 100%. But once again, you have to open the doors. You have to be willing and strong enough to realize your potential and don't be ashamed to express it because that was my problem. So I'm only giving you things that I've been through, guys. You get me? And that's the only thing I can do is to present things. I'm not a teacher. I don't like to be a teacher, but I like to present things and let you question and let you decipher things for yourself. So Today's video on about insecurities, not being afraid to take on risk and to live, man. You know, freedom is the opposite to insecurities and fear. For me, the only way to live properly is to be free, you know, not be bombarded by negative belief systems and negative insecurities. Because don't get me wrong, we all have insecurities, guys. We all have fears. We're not perfect beings, you get me? Even when we grey off, guys, when we get old and get wrinkly and that, still got things to learn. You know what I mean? That's what my nan told me, man. You know, she's still learning. So I've got a lot to learn still. I'm still young, you know what I mean? But I guess age is just a number, you know, to a degree in it, you know what I mean? But take that in moderation, guys. But yes, guys, I'm out. If you want to see more video, you know, if you want to see more videos like this, yeah, like and subscribe. Take care of yourself. Love you all. Peace.